Okay, so for this one, what I will do is show you some of the kind of simple and basic stretches you can do for the muscle groups that are heavily involved in the MSFT. So obviously these are going to be the muscles of the lower body generally. Before I do that, just a quick note on timings for the stretches. It kind of depends on what the aim of the stretch is. So for example, if you were using it as part of the warm-up, you perform the stretch in more of a dynamic fashion, and you would basically just feel the stretch, hold it for 2-3 seconds and swap over several times. As I say, a little bit quicker, a little bit more dynamic. If you were doing it as part of a cool down, say, you would hold it more statically, and the recommendations for that as a maintenance stretch is 10 to 15 seconds. If you were using the stretch specifically to improve the flexibility of a given muscle group, then that's called a developmental stretch. And for that, you want to hold for a little bit longer again, between 30 and 60 seconds. In terms of what you're looking for as a feel for stretching, so what they kind of say is to hold the stretch at the point of mild tension. So what you're not looking to do is feel any kind of pain or pull or ache. So it's really trying to feel that mild tension and working off that terminology. So if I show you, first one we start with, for example, will be the quadriceps stretch. So what you basically want to do is with one of your hands, find a wall or something external as a base of support so you don't lose your balance. Then what you're doing is bringing one leg up, getting your knee in nice and tight to the other leg. And then obviously with your hand on your ankle, you're just pulling your heel in towards your the back of your thigh there, and you should feel that mild tension down the front of the thigh. So if I show you from the side angle, leg comes up, knee in nice and tight, and that's your quadriceps stretch there. And then what you would do obviously is switch over to the other side and repeat as kind of necessary. Another classic one is the hamstring stretch. So this time you're looking for a stretch down the back of the thigh as opposed to the front. So what you're doing with that one is leg out in front of you straight, rear leg bent, and then what you're doing is kind of tilting your pelvis back, sitting into it, and in doing so you should feel a stretch down the underside of that straight leg there. Try and keep your upper body nice and straight, posture good. Don't hunch over. So I'll show you this side again. This is the right leg now. Sit into it, and you should feel that stretch underside there. Other ones that are good, inner thigh groin stretch. So feet a little bit wider this time. If I move back a little bit, you'll see my feet. So point that leg out to the side, and then what you're doing is just shifting your weight over onto this knee here, and in doing so you're basically opening out this groin or inner thigh area there, feeling a stretch through there, again to that point of mild tension. And then what you would do is just move over to the other side, and then that will obviously open out the opposing groin. For the lower leg, so mainly the calves, classic calf stretch, again pushing against some sort of wall or external base of support. What you do, keeping your rear heel on the ground. I'll move back a little bit again. What you would do is just shift your torso forward and your weight through onto this front knee, keeping that rear heel on the ground. And again, you should feel that mild tension right through the back of the calf there. Again, if you repeated that like so. And then your last one is for the lower portion of the calf. This one, your feet need to be staggered, like so. So one leg slightly in front of the other. And then what you do is bend both knees, and then you basically try and drive that forward. And then that will give you a real nice stretch right down the bottom of your calf there. I'll show you the other side, like so. Bend both knees, drive them forward, and then you should feel that right down there. So those are your kind of common ones that are associated with the MSFT. Like I say, Timings depend on what you're using them for, but again, just re-emphasising stretch to that point of mild tension.